Hi everyone. I hope your day is peaceful. Today we'll walk beside Sam and Lee through a cold day that quietly turns into something neither of them expected. From an old wound that refuses to fade to a night when Lee finally speaks the words he's carried for years. Under the pale moonlight, two hearts, once broken by duty and pain, find the courage to choose love again. If this story touches you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more gentle journeys with Sam and Lee. Mist hangs low over the garden, silvering the leaf edges and turning the bamboo into soft silhouettes. The air has that thin chill that slips under clothes and settles in the bones. Sam squats by a neat pile of bamboo, the saw biting and squealing as she works a tube into a feeding trough. Each pull of the blade sends a faint resin smell into the air. Chickens stir behind the fences, restless and hungry. In her head, she counts what's left of the corn, the price of another sack, the distances between small needs that feel big when they add up. The cold moves through her shirt like a shy animal. It makes her hurry. Gravel scrapes outside the gate. The sound is small, but her hands still. The figure that steps through is a woman whose face has been carried many winters too far. Bitch's mother. The lines around her eyes are not from laughing. She says Sam's name softly, and the name shakes. Sam puts the saw down, wipes her palms on her shirt, and makes room on the old wooden stool. A glass of water. The woman takes it with both hands, as if warmth could climb up from the glass into her wrists. She talks about green vegetables and new chickens, as if those things can fill the space where she is trying not to cry. Then, as if a string finally breaks, she kneels. Words tumble out with the breath of the morning. Help me, ask Lee, the charge, the trial. Sam hears each piece as if from far away. There is a day her body remembers before her memory does. A blade, a burst of red on Lee's shoulder, the shocked silence that follows a scream. There is another day when a stepmother's voice made a door into a wall, and the street became a bed no one tucked in. Those images arrive like crows, black, sudden, impossible to unsee. Her fingers close until the knuckles pale. She feels how hard the earth is under this woman's knees. She hears her own voice come out colder than the air. The law has spoken. I can't help. The woman's hands reach for Sam's ankles and hold. The garden seems to lean in, leaves hissing as the wind slips through. The kneeling body shakes with sobs that have waited too long. Sam lets out a breath that hurts on the way out. She looks at the bamboo, at the saw, at the wire basket where corn dust clings to the rim. The part of her that wants to be fair holds the line. The part of her that remembers sleeping on concrete sees a young girl in a cell. Two truths, both heavy. She says she'll think about it. It is not a promise. It is the only way she can stand upright without toppling into the past. When the woman leaves, the gate clicks shut with a small final sound. The mist lifts a little. The garden remembers its ordinary noises, a chicken cluck, the distant putter of a motorbike, a neighbor coughing. Sam picks up the saw again. The blade quivers, not from the wind. She steadies her hands and cuts. The gate creaks. Lee steps in with the easy shape of someone who has learned where to put his feet in this yard. A new plastic trough hangs from his fingers, a large water jug balanced against his hip. He says he noticed what was missing yesterday and brought them. His voice warms the edges of the cold. Sam looks up, and it feels, for a blink, like the morning finds its center. She takes the trough. A small heat rises in her chest, the kind that doesn't announce itself, the kind that just spreads. They pour corn together, the kernels rattling into the trough like dry rain. Feathers stir, wings thud against wood. Hunger makes a hollow music. Lee watches the birds, then the fence line, the low hills beyond. The world is ordinary enough to make the hard question come out of Sam's mouth. How is Bitch's case? He answers without looking at her. File transferred, trial soon. A range of years that can fit inside a sentence and shape a life. The law must be clear, he says, and the words feel like a door that only opens from one side. Sam lowers her gaze and finds the place where the knife once learned her friend's skin. She remembers red blooming under cloth, the way fear smells metallic. But she also remembers a visit to the detention center, the fluorescent lights, the guarded eyes, the way remorse sat in Bitch's mouth like a bitter seed she couldn't spit out. She says this in a voice meant for herself more than him. Lee's hand lands on her shoulder, firm, careful. If she truly reforms, he says, time can be shortened by the person she becomes. He doesn't promise what he can't. He offers steadiness, which is sometimes more. The chickens eat loudly enough to fill the silence. Lee clears his throat, almost smiles, and asks if she'll come out with him. He has the day. In the way he stands there, half invitation, half awkwardness, Sam hears a kindness that has learned to walk without noise. She nods, because it is easier than speaking, because a nod can carry what a word might drop. The motorbike hums down the red dirt path. Their shadows, long and thin, slide on the road beside them like two strings turned to light. They stop at a roadside stall whose thatched roof has lost an argument with too many summers. Sam perches on a bamboo bench. The owner recognizes Lee and grins at the thought of melon juice. When the glass comes, it shines a soft green, and the first sip is cool enough to smooth the sharp corners inside her. So good, she breathes, more to the fruit than to any person. He watches her as if careful observation might belong to a tender craft. Around them the leaves gossip. A faint scent of milk flowers drifts through, the kind that carries old nights in it. Sam says, without looking up, that no one has ever invited her like this. The words are small but brave. They want to hide and be heard in the same breath. Lee lays a hand on the table, not touching hers, but close enough to be felt. He says there will be other places, other firsts. She tilts her head, lets her hair fall to curtain a blush. A radio somewhere plays a song that remembers how to ache without breaking anything. She thanks him for being kind. The light sieves through the leaves and falls across his face, and she sees in him not just an officer who once held a line, but a man who has paid for holding it. Suspended, then returned, pressured, then refusing to bend where it mattered. There is a long road in his eyes, and for once, it looks like it leads somewhere they might both walk. When the glasses are nearly empty, time loosens its grip. Outside, motorbikes murmur. Inside, their corner feels borrowed from a gentler world. They rise and step back into the day. At the edge of the red dirt road, they pause where so many turns were taken without a map. Lee sits on a stone step. Sam folds beside him. The canopy troubles the wind into strands. He speaks of that first wrong arrest, of a director's hand weighing down the scales, of hesitation that tasted like rust. She lays her hand over his, small and sure. "You protected me," she says, Not to absolve him, but to anchor him. His eyes redden. He looks like a man who has learned that every choice costs something and that some costs are worth paying. She tells him that because of him, she doesn't sleep on steps anymore. The wind gathers a fistful of leaves and lets them go at their feet. He tells her he looked for her when she ran from the crowd, and the noise found her here under this tree made of rain and silence. He thought she might believe he'd left her. She shakes her head. Trust does not always need proof. Sometimes it just needs a place to sit. The afternoon light slants and stretches their shadows into long parentheses around a sentence not yet spoken. They turn toward the market, where winter waits in wool and cotton, where blankets and mattresses are stacked like small promises of sleep. But that is for later. For now, they step forward, carrying the quiet truth of a morning that started with a kneeling plea and found, somehow, a warmer kind of mercy. Not the kind that breaks the law, but the kind that holds a human heart steady while the law does what it must. The afternoon market hums like a tired song. Vendors call out prices that rise and fall with the rhythm of passing footsteps. Fish scales glint silver in the dim light, and the smell of ripe oranges tangles with the scent of fabric dyed for winter. Lee walks beside Sam through the narrow aisles, holding a plastic bag filled with fresh beans. He stops at a stall hung with thick sweaters. "Try this," he says, lifting one the color of warm clay. Sam hesitates. Price tags still make her nervous, but Lee's eyes carry an easy insistence. She steps behind a curtain, barely hiding her silhouette. The sweater hugs her frame. It feels unfamiliar but kind. When she steps out, the woman at the stall claps softly. Lee's smile widens. "Beautiful," he says, not as flattery but as simple truth. Sam touches the fabric's edge, her fingers tracing the stitches. It's been a long time since anyone asked her to stay warm. The cold wind snakes through the market's tin roof, but inside her chest, something loosens, almost like the first sigh of relief after a long storm. They pick out a blanket, soft as clouds, and a new mattress, thick enough to drown the memory of cold floors. The list grows: meat, beans, squash, a packet of tea she insists on paying for, but Lee quietly covers. Each thing he lifts, he pairs with a reminder: don't catch cold. Eat early. Lock the gate before dark. Words that sound simple, but come from a place deeper than habit. When they load everything on the motorbike, the weight looks impossible. Yet Lee ties each cord with practiced care. Sam slides behind him, arms wrapping tight around his waist. The road ahead is red dirt, soft after last night's drizzle. The wind cuts their cheeks, sharp but clean. She rests her forehead lightly against his back, feeling the steady rhythm beneath his jacket. She doesn't know where the warmth ends, his or hers. Back at the house, he carries the mattress inside, dust motes swirling like tiny sparks in the sunset. The small room smells of bamboo, earth, and soap, Sam's own quiet world. Lee spreads the new white sheets. The crisp sound is oddly ceremonial, as if declaring a new beginning. Sam waters the vegetables, the droplets making small stars on the soil. Chickens peck at the edges of light. When Lee bends to feed them, his shadow stretches across the garden, long and sure. They laugh more easily now over spilled water, over a chicken stealing a bean. The laughter startles even them. It feels like sound returning to a house that forgot how to echo. The air tastes of warm rice and dry grass. For a moment, The world is simply this: work done, food ready, two hearts breathing in the same rhythm. Lee wipes sweat from his brow, looks at Sam and says, "From now on you'll be warm." She nods, but her eyes say more, a quiet gratitude that language can't shape. The sun falls lower, turning everything the color of fire. The thatched roof glows, smoke rises from a nearby home, thin as silk. It smells of dinner and something older, something like belonging. They move the dining table outside. Plates clink softly, chopsticks rest on bowls like small bridges. Sam lights a lamp, its golden circle sways in the wind. Their shadows dance on the wall, bending and stretching, almost touching. The meal begins light. Lee teases her for cooking too much. She tells him he eats too slow, but laughter fades as the wind grows sharper. The garden rustles, the air shifts. Lee sets his chopsticks down, his fingers trembling slightly. "Sam," he says, almost whispering, "I have to tell you something." She looks up, sensing the heaviness hiding behind the calm tone.
"What is it?" "I'm leaving. Tomorrow." The words fall like stones into water. She stops chewing. "Leaving?" He nods. "A special mission. Far away. I don't know how long." For a moment she hears only the wind, its hollow sound against the bamboo wall, the distant cluck of chickens settling for the night. Then her voice breaks the silence, low but sharp. "Why tell me now?" Lee lowers his gaze. "I didn't want you to worry." The old fear rises in her chest, the kind that comes from people walking away without warning. But this time, the man across from her isn't running. He's choosing to go where duty calls. That difference hurts in a gentler way, but it still hurts. He lifts his head, eyes glistening in the lamplight. "Before I go, I need to say it. I've loved you for a long time, Sam." The world stills. The lamp flame flickers once, then steadies. Sam's breath catches. Tears spill before she can stop them. "I love you too," she whispers. The words sound fragile, but true things often do. He reaches for her. They meet halfway, arms wrapping in a silence deeper than speech. The cold wind circles the yard, but warmth builds between them, fierce and steady. Lee presses his cheek to her hair. She can hear his heart, fast and scared. He promises, "I'll come back." Sam nods against his shoulder. "No matter how long, I'll wait." The moon climbs higher, pale against the black sky. Its light washes over their faces, softening every line, turning tears to silver. Chickens cluck in the dark as if to bless the moment. Lee pulls back slightly, eyes searching hers one last time. He leans down and kisses her forehead, a promise sealed without words. Then he steps away. The sound of gravel under his boots seems impossibly loud. He picks up his helmet, starts the motorbike. The engine growls, the lamp flame trembles. Sam stands at the gate, hugging her new sweater close. The wool still smells faintly of the market, of warm hands passing hope between stalls. Lee looks back once, just once, before the road curves and swallows his light. Sam stays there long after the sound fades. The garden breathes around her, soft wind, rustling leaves, the faint scrape of a chicken's foot in the soil. Her arms tighten around herself, but not from cold. The moonlight paints everything in muted silver, and the new mattress inside gleams like an untouched promise. She steps back into the yard, the earth cool beneath her bare feet. The saw lies where she left it this morning, beside half-cut bamboo tubes. She runs her fingers over the blade, its metal cold and smooth. Then she kneels,
gathers the unfinished troughs and starts working again. Each pull of the saw steadies her breath, each sound slicing the quiet open and stitching it back. She doesn't know how long he'll be gone. But she knows this. Life must keep moving. The chickens will still need feeding, the vegetables watering, the small tasks that keep the heart from collapsing inward.
And maybe that's what love truly is. Not the moment of confession under moonlight, but the patience to keep tending what remains after. When she finally stands, the sky has shifted from night to a thin grey before dawn. Her hands ache, her back stings with cold. But somewhere inside there's a warmth that refuses to fade. It hums quietly, like the earth promising another sunrise. She walks toward the house, the scent of bamboo dust trailing behind. The new sheets wait in stillness. Sam touches them, then looks out the window where the road disappears into the mist. The motorbike's echo has long died, but in her heart, the sound continues, steady, alive. Sometimes love doesn't stay beside us. It teaches us how to wait without losing ourselves.
And in that waiting, we find a quiet kind of strength that keeps the house warm, even when the wind returns.